some other people.
The fountain?
Yeah, the fountain. We went out into this fountain and...
the Mother Church.
Yeah.
And you got him to turn the fountain on. And we were there wearing red coats.
White pants.
And carrying, what was torches or something? We had something.
Torches going. I don't know what it was now that I get... I think the torches are fire.
So you have a hard time remembering what it was you did with him also.
Well, these are scenes. We did dance inside with...
the MIT Chapel. That stuff. I never saw those. I saw that stuff.
I never saw any of it.
You never saw any of it? No, I saw everything.
Oh, I did see when there was a bunch of... We had a bunch of dancing movement things in an electric factory.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With everybody in Baker's costumes.
Then
we went out one time way out into the country in the fall with all the colors, and we were going to get these shots at dawn, and I stood up there with a big cape on and held this enormous round mirror, and you were in that one too.
No, I wasn't.
You weren't in that one? That was...
What was the movie about?
The Death of a Snake.
Who was the snake?
It was somebody's pet boa constrictor, and it died.
Oh, it died.
And there's all these visions and stuff. It was this, it was John, I guess that was the guy's name. John was the...
Oh, yeah, he was the major character, John.
He was designer, scenic designer and clothes designer, and gay as a fruitcake.
Yeah, he and Arthur could have got along great.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never get Arthur and Jackson together.
And it was, well, eventually he lost all the footage.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's what happens with, when things stretch out. You start losing little pieces here and there. And
Losing little
it's all
pieces.
gone.
What happened to Jackson, I don't know if I should be saying this, but it's a couple of years since he told me not to say it, so I'll say it anyhow. Just don't show it to Jackson. Don't show this tape to Jackson, please.
Well, cut what he has to say, but he was putting out a reward for paying for it back to me.
Probably should have.
Well, I don't know. I had a bad attitude at that time after it was gone, because a lot of things that I've been involved in have disappeared. And then recently, when my father died, I moved everything to my sister's house, and I got flooded. Documents, drawings, and everything else were all in indelible ink, and when it got flooded, it all turned into Rorschachs. Drawings from back when I was in school, paintings, and writings from early Avatar and early, the other head magazines that never got published, and all that sort of stuff just got lost. And other things have happened that didn't get anywhere. And energy put out. Werner and I down in the Cape, and various things that,
Well, what do you think now? Do you think that in fact Werner is? Do you think now that you and Werner are going to do something more than what you've done already?
Yeah.
And you're looking forward to this extremely, or you're...
Yeah.
No trepidation?
But I think what has happened is...
what about...
Werner and I, George and I, John and I have at different times taken spaces from each other when it was necessary. What had happened when that stuff got ripped off, it was very heavy on Werner's head that it happened. It was also very heavy on my head that it happened. Neither one of us could or wanted to blame either one of us for it, because it wasn't really our fault.
Right. It
wasn't.
You kicked the damn door in.
Huh? Well, no, I mean, it was nobody's fault, but we had this heaviness that just descended on us. So Werner and I just stopped talking about some of those things. Or when we get together, we'd talk, and then it drifts someplace because we couldn't move forward from where we were thinking of. And we've also known throughout the years that the way we've worked, see, that was a segment. I had rented the space and paid his studio space when Waller stayed there, paid for the room upstairs with Joe. I had the money. We went and bought tapes. We went and bought all sorts of stuff, and we sat down and worked.
Yep. Do you see that happening
Well,
again?
yeah, we've worked more than we've ever worked for a long time.
Yeah,
together.
but it still wasn't much. I mean, you guys still didn't have the discipline or the clear vision, and you never got it to the point where you had the discipline
Because
or
of-
the clear vision.
to my mind, there was a lot of other things going on too. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I
like
mean-
that tape that went on when Joe got in there, and it just stopped me when he said, "I don't want to be involved in another hippie thing," and that was not what I wanted. And then all of a sudden, Laurie showed up, and there was all this other tension going on because Waldron was upsetting
The year of this?
unity, huh?
The year of this? When did this
No,
happen?
this was one incident.
When did this happen? When did that
The
incident
beginning of the filming, beginning of the taping
Year.
process.
happen? How long ago?
Oh, a year ago.
A year?
Better than a year ago.
How long
But-
ago? Was it 2 years ago?
A year and a half.
3 years ago?
Was it 3 years ago already?
Werner got ripped off 2 years ago?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
Just about?
Yep.
And so for 2 years you've been sitting around worried about this
We haven't worried about it. We haven't.
Okay, but you haven't done anything either. It
No.
in fact has been a block